What's up everyone, my name is techgeekjosh and you're watching the video review of the Samsung Galaxy J3 Luna Pro. And this video review can also serve as a review for the Samsung Galaxy J3 Emerge. So with that being said, let's get right to it. I've got something to announce. This review that you're watching right now is just going to be all one clip except for the beginning where I usually start and stop. But other than that, this review is not going to have any start or stops in it. There's going to be one, hopefully long, continuous review. No starting or stopping. And this video, or this format, was recommended by this one person. So you know who you are if you watch this. So with that being said also, let's now get to the review. To kick things off, the Galaxy J3 Luna Pro has a 5-inch LCD capacitive Corning Gorilla Glass display with a resolution of 720 by 1280 and 294 pixels per inch. So with that pixels per inch and with that type of screen, I've got to say it looks mighty fine, and it's not even on high brightness right now. So I can still easily view it. It's still easily viewable. And if I get up really close, you will see just how good the screen actually is. And you can see that we have very thin bezels on the left and right side. You almost get that Galaxy S6 type of screen where it's almost no bezels on the side. And it also does support 16 million colors. And it also has 2.5D curved glass, which makes it feel so nice in the hand actually. The sides, the left and right sides, have a slight, or I should say a subtle curve to them, which actually makes this device look and feel like 10 times its price tag. So big props to Samsung on designing this budget handset. I really like that about this phone. Now that we got the display out of the way, let's take a look at the camera. We get a 5 megapixel rear camera on the back. Sorry, I'm reading my notes here. Yes, I do have notes like I usually do, and I know I messed this review up because I'm not supposed to say if I have any notes, which I do, so now you know. The rear camera is capable of shooting video in 1080p at 60 frames per second and 720p at the same 30 frames per second with its 2 megapixel front camera. The rear camera features autofocus, touch focus, self-timer, face and smile detection, HDR, and face beauty. Now that we got the camera specifications out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into the camera and see what we get. So at the top here, right here, we get your camera flip button to switch between the front and rear camera. You can either tap that, or better yet, you can either swipe like that or swipe like that to switch between the front and rear camera. Directly in the middle, we get your flash on, auto or off, and then we get your settings icon in the far right corner. And then down here, this little icon, you tap that and you get your skin tone for the front facing or even rear facing camera. Right here we get your shutter button, which you tap to take a photo, and then right down here you tap that and it'll take you to your most recent photo and or video you have just taken. Then over here we get your record button, which when you tap that, we are now recording, as you'll see right there. You can also pause it like so. You can resume it. You can also take a photo, which is very nice while recording, and you can also stop it like so. And swiping to the right, we get some more features, such as we are in auto mode right now. You get your pro mode for tweaking the settings however you like. Panorama, continuous shot, sports, and sound and shot. Now, what sound and shot is basically is a feature where you go and take a photo. I will right now. Background sound will be recorded for up to 9 seconds after you tap the camera button. So let me go ahead and do that right now. I have a subject to test it with. Okay, so this is the light that I'm currently using for this review. And here's my camera. You can't see it. Now that that has been done, you tap down here. And let me go and make sure the volume is turned up. Media. Okay, so this is the light that I'm currently using for this review. And here's my camera. You can't see it. So that's basically it. And this image right here will flash like you just saw, basically telling you it's a sound and shot image. So now swipe back this way, and that's basically it. And let's go up here to the settings. If I can tap the icon. Rear camera picture size, you get all the way up to 4:3 at 5 megapixels, or as low as 1:1, which is 2.4 megapixels. Video size for the rear camera, full HD all the way down to VGA. So as you see, 1920 by 1080. Front camera picture size 4:3 at 2 megapixels, as low as 1:1 at 1.1 megapixels. Video size for the front camera is HD or VGA. Save as previewed, on or off. Ways to take pictures. You can either tap the screen to take selfies easily, which is toggled on right now, and you can also have gesture control, which we see on a lot of LG devices. Gesture control is basically a feature where you hold out your hand in front of the camera, it'll recognize it, then you make a fist, and then it'll take the photo. Like we haven't seen that before on most LG devices. Then you get your timer. It's currently off right now, probably because I'm not in the correct setting. Let's switch back to auto. Yeah, there we go. Timer off, 2 seconds, 5 seconds, all the way up to 10 seconds. You can take 3 shots, but it's currently disabled. Grid lines off, 3:3 or square. Location tags on or off. Review pictures on or off. Quick launch on or off, which basically if you toggle that on, you go to the home screen, double tap the home button, it'll jump right to the camera. And if I'm not mistaken, double tap the home button while your phone is turned off, and it'll take you right into the camera. As simple as that. But I like to have that feature disabled because, or I should say turned off, because that can get annoying. For the volume key function, you can either take picture, record a video, or system volume. I have it right now on system volume just so I don't mess anything up and don't accidentally take a photo or record video. Shutter sound on or off, and reset settings. With the camera out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the chipset that's inside the J3 Luna Pro. So let's fire up CPU-Z and take a look at what we got. The Luna Pro runs a quad-core 1.4 GHz Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 MSM8917 processor with a Cortex A53 CPU and an Adreno 308 GPU coupled with 1.5 GB of RAM. With that being said, let's take a look at a recent Geekbench 4 test that we have done. If we go over here to history, and you can see right here we get a single core score of 646 and a multi-core score of 1679. And so far we are not on the board, but you shouldn't expect anything too impressive with this phone. So there is your Geekbench 4 test. Sadly, I'm not able to run a quadrant because it won't let me, and not a surprise. Now, as for the memory on the J3 Luna Pro, it comes with 16 gigabytes of built-in storage, while we get around 10.1 gigabytes available to the user. Right now, I currently have 7.8 gigabytes available. I have plenty left. this device can also hold up to a massive 256 gigabyte SD card, which can be inserted in the back, which I will go ahead and take off the back so you guys can get a better look. So right here we get your nano SIM card slot, and right above it we get your micro SD card slot. And while we're back here, here is your 2600 milliampere hour battery that has a reported talk time of 25 hours and a standby time of 20 days. Sorry, I said that very weirdly, I just wasn't sure. But we don't get anything special, we don't get no NFC, nothing like that, because, well, it's a $70 phone, so you shouldn't expect much from a $70 phone. And popping on the back cover, it secures nice and easily, no creaks or anything like that. No, I didn't pop it in all that correctly. But once it seals up, then again, like I mentioned, it seals up really nice and tightly. But anyway guys, that's pretty much going to do for me for this video review. This will also serve as a Galaxy J3 Emerge review if I did not make that clear in the beginning of this video. But with that being said guys, as always, I'll see you in the next video.